How you doing there? Welcome back to Babylon Talmud. Today we're studying Daf Tzadi Zayin, Daf 97 of Masechta Sanhedrin, friends. Your friends, Okay, so today we're going to talk about stuff, and today is Lamaise, technically the day after Shushan Purim, but in Yerushalayim, today is when we have the Purim Suda. And man, this has been like a very long Purim. We started with Tainis Esther on Thursday, Megillah reading Thursday night, Friday. Shabbos was Shushan Purim, and we said Al Anisim, and we got Fashnikit. And then Sunday, today, is the Suda. So Mamish Purim is spread out over several days. So today is when we have the mitzvah of Adilo Yoda, Ben Or, Homan, and Baruch Motre. And I was very careful to make sure I got that right, because if I made it wrong now, I would disqualify myself already. But since I got it right, I'll say L'chaim at the beginning. L'chaim. Shtikol yain. Shtikol yain. Nichnotz yain. Yotza soid. Alright, here we go. Daf Tzarivov Omud Beis, 2 lines from the bottom. Omerlei, Rav Nachman Reb Yitzchok. Rav Nachman says to Reb Yitzchok, Mishmi Aloch, Amos Osi Bar Nafli. Have you heard anything about when Bar Nafli is coming? Is gekommen? Omerlei. So Reb Yitzchok says to Rav Nachman, Man Bar Nafli. Who's Bar Nafli? Omerlei Mashiach. Oh, so Rav Nachman says, oh, that's Mashiach. Mashiach Bar Nafli Korsley. Rabbi Yitzchak asked what they call Mashiach Bar Nafli. Amalei in. Rav Nachman says yo. Tichsiv the Pasuk says Bayom how Okim is Sugas David Anifolis. And the sukkah of David Anifolis is Mashiach, and it's Naf Nifolis Bar Nafli. Amalei Hochi Amar Reb Yechanan, and Rabbi Yitzchak replies, well, this is what Rabbi Yechanan says: Dor Sheben David Baboy Talmid Chacham Mismaitim. When it happens, so the generation that Mashiach comes, the Torah scholars will be few. V'ashar einayim kolos b'yagam ranoche, and the rest of the people, their eyes will be, I don't know, not good, with yago, with like distraughtness. V'tzaros rabbis of gzeros kashus mischadshis, and there's going to be really bad stuff. Ad sharishon pkuda shnei mimaheres level, until the first bad thing is done, the next bad thing is already happening. Oops. The 7-year period during which Ben David will come. Shana Rishona, year number 1, Miskayim Mikrozeh. The following pasuk is Miskayim. Himtaiti al ir achas, val ir achas lo amtir. There will be rain in some, like one city, but another city won't have rain. Shnia, the following year it gets worse. Chitzei rav mishtalchim. There's going to be famine. The beginnings of famine are setting in. Shlish is rav gadol. Year number 3 is mamish, big famine. Umeisim anoshim v'noshim v'taf, and men, women, and children will die. Wait, 1 second. Why, mamish had to sneeze there. I might have to do it again. Okay, and then men, women, and children are going to die. Chassidim and Shemaisa, also Chassidim and good people. The Torah mishtach achas mi lomdeo, and Torah will be forgotten. Bervius, year number 4, Sova ve'eno Sova. Then things are going to start getting better. There's going to be food. V'chamisha Sova gadol. In year 5, there's going to be mamish, a lot of food. V'oichlin v'shoisin v'smeichin, and people will eat and drink and machlai b'dik. V'torah chozeres lomdeo, and the Torah returns to those who learn it. Bashishis, year number 6, kolos, there are sounds. Bashvias, and number 7, milchomos, there's going to be wars. And b'mitzoi shvias, and then following the 7th year, Ben David bo Mashiach comes. Rav Yosef says, Rav Yosef, Hokam shvias da'avakain v'lo also. Rav Yosef says, wait, but we've had a lot of 7-year cycles like this, and Mashiach has not come. Abaye, so Abaye said, Bashishis kolos bashvias milchomis mihava. Wait, was there a scenario where year 6 was sounds and year 7 was wars? And more so kisidron mihava? Did we ever have it where it was like in that order? Excuse me. Tanya, we're learning about Rebuta, Mrs. Rebuta. Dorsh ben David Baboy, the generation in which the Mashiach comes, Beis Avad Yeh Liznus, the place, Beis Avad, I think Rashi says, Mokum Shetamid Chacham is Vaidin Shamdom Torah. A place where the Torah scholars go to study the Holy Torah will be a place of harlotry. Ve'agalil Yechariv, and the Galilee will be destroyed. Ve'agavlon Ye'oshem, and Gavlon, apparently it's a place, will be bad. Ve'anshe Gvul Yisovu Me'ir Loyer V'lo Yichonenu, and the people of the borders will be bouncing around from place to place, and there will be no mercy. V'chochmos asafers asofim tisrach, and the wisdom of the wisdom people will be no good. V'yirechetim also, and those who fear God who fear sin will be disgusting. Ufnei dor kifnei kelev, in the face of the generation will be like the face of a dog. Ve'emes nederes, and truth is going to be missing, absent. Shenemar v'atiyah emes nederes, that the truth will be absent. Ma v'atiyah emes nederes, what does it mean the truth will be absent? Amar dver Rab, this is the Medrash Rab, melamed Naises adorim adorim, that truth is going to go into groups and groups, v'lechesla, and scram. My v'samira mishtolel, what does v'samira mishtolel mean? I keep on having to sneeze. Amr dver b'shilo, komisha sar mira, anybody who goes away from bad stuff, mishtolel alabiris, people aren't going to like him, he's going to be considered like a weirdo. Excuse me. Okay, wait. Wow, I keep on having to sneeze and like runny nose and stuff. I should drink more wine. Chaim. It tastes like wine. Omar Rava says, initially I would say, there's no real truth. There's no genuine people who are really truthful in this world. Omar Li, one of the rabbis told me, says Rav Tovus Shmei, Rav Tav Yomi Shmei, if you were to give him, Rav Tovus or Rav Tav Yomi, all of the riches of the Welt, he would not change his words. He would not be dishonest. He's an extremely truthful individual. One time, Rav Tavos or Rav Tamyomi, he visited a place, and the place was called Truth. It's called Kushta. Excuse me, I think I might have to sneeze, I don't know. And in this place, everybody would tell the truth. And nobody there would die prematurely. Now says this rabbi that he married a woman from this place, from Kushta. And he says, I had two children with her. One day, one time his wife, one day, his wife was washing her hair. And a neighbor came and knocked on the door. So this rabbi figured, okay, it's not derech eretz, I should answer the door while my wife is washing her head. So Amar la leisa hacha. So he said, my wife isn't home. He didn't tell the truth. Immediately his two children died. Also, this is extremely peculiar, right? This was a place where nobody dies prematurely. All of a sudden, his two children suddenly died. So they came to him and they said to him, hey, what happened? He says to them, this is what happened. My wife was washing her hair and the neighbor came. So they said to him, please, please leave this place. So we don't want, death in this place. We have a very specific place. Everybody's truthful. Nobody dies prematurely. We don't want this to be kind of infected with this kind of behavior. All right. Fine. I should probably drink a little bit more wine so that my truth can come out. Okay. Givaldic. Tanya Reb Norai, Omer says Reb Norai, Dorsha ben David Baboy, the generation where Mashiach is going to come, The young people will embarrass the older people of Zikenim Yamdu Lifnei Nairim, and the older people are going to stand up for the young people. Everything seems to be like backwards. A daughter is like going to go against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And the face of the generation will be like the face of a dog, of a hund. And his child will not be embarrassed of his father. I guess lack of respect there. Tani, we learn the rest of Nechemia. Says Reb Nechemia. Now, I believe the Gemara, I think in Eruvin, says that Reb Norai is Reb Nechemia. Or was it Masechta Shabbos? No, Eruvin said Reb Norai is Reb Meir. I think maybe Gemara Shabbos says Reb Norai is Reb Nechemia. Anyways, Tani Reb Nechemia says Reb Nechemia. Dorshe ben Duvid Baboy. The generation where Mashiach is going to come, Ha'azus Tarbet, there's going to be a lot of brazenness, Va'yoiker Ya'aves, and honor is going to be all crooked. Va'gefen Itin Pirya Va'yayin B'yoiker. There's going to be plenty of grapes, but nonetheless, wine will still be expensive. Ooh, this wine was not very expensive. It's not exactly a top level, top shelf wine, but it's bottom shelf wine. But it's good wine. I like it. In my opinion, inexpensive wine is also good. It's not going to be the best, but completely drinkable. Yeah, this was an inexpensive wine. I bought a few inexpensive bottles for Purim. It's good just to have a bunch of bottles that you could just, have around on Purim. So this is an inexpensive bottle, but tasty nonetheless. Okay, so the grapes will be graping, but the wine will still be expensive. And all the kingdoms are going to be heretical. There's not going to be any rebuke. This supports Rabbi Yitzchak, that Mashiach is only going to come when the kingdoms become heretical. Rava says, Rav Mikra, what's the pasuk? Kula yafich lovin Torah, that the pasuk says the halacha is by tsaras that if you have like a one tsaras thingy, so you're tummy, but if your whole body is mamish covered with tsaras, you take a Torah. So the whole kingdoms can be filled with heresy and punkt from the afilu ba'astara. Afilu ba'astara bevadai gam sham. Yesh Lashem Mizbach, is that what it is? Anyways. 1 second, excuse me. Alright, where are we? Alright, I feel like I should drink more wine. L'chaim. L'chaim l'roch. Alright. Tana Rabbanan Rav Yitzchak. Ki yodan Hashem Amei v'goymer. The Rabbeinu Shalom will judge his people. Ki ozlas yod ve'efes otzur ve'ozuv ein v'david ba'ad she'yibra masuros. That Mashiach is going to come and the informers, lots of informers, the v'acher. Alternatively, ad she'yismaitu atamidim. There's not going to be a lot of students. The v'acher ad she'tichle prutim in a kiss. That the people are not going to have any money. The v'acher ad she'yisyayishu min agulo. That the Yidden are going to give up hope from gula, from redemption. Shnema ve'efes otzur ve'ozuv. That kaviyachol ein soymech v'ozel Yisrael, as if people are going to say that there's nobody who can help the Yidden. Now Reb Zera ki'av mashkach rabbonim d'ma'askei bei. Now Reb Zera, whenever he would find rabbis who were like dealing with the sugya of like when is Mashiach going to come, Omer lehu, he would say to them, Matusa, please, ba'ina minaychu lo tirachakua. Reb Zera said, hey, rabbis, please learn something else by dwelling on the sugya of when is Mashiach going to come, Yataka pushing it away. The Tanina that we learn in a Mishnah, Gimel Boin Behesach Hadas. There are three things that come when you're not expecting it. When you're thinking about other things, this comes. And these are them, Mashiach, Metziah, V'akrav. The Messiah, and I guess finding something that you've lost, and a scorpion, when you least expect it is when they come. So the Mashiach comes when you least expect it. So therefore, don't spend too much time trying to figure out and calculate when Mashiach gekumen. I drink more wine. L'chaim cheve. Good Purim. Adula Yada Bain Good Purim. Alright. Rav Katina says, Shis Alfei Shnei Avu Alma. The world is 6,000 years. Choose I should do. This is like the middle of the daf. I should do l'chaim in the middle. Okay, I finished the first glass of wine. Now I have my second glass of wine. I'm already talking in the middle of the Purim Suda. I already started my Purim Suda. We had some company over earlier. My brother made some shakshuka, and we washed already. And now I'm just recording Babylon Talmud, being mamshich the Suda, and then I'm probably going to go out and, do some other things. Amar of Katina Shis Alf. Oh, right, l'chaim in the middle. L'chaim in the middle. Amar of Katina Shis Alf Shnei Havu Alma. The world is 6,000 years. The world is going to be for 6,000 years. And then the 7,000th year is going to be destroyed. That the Rabbanu Shalom will be alone on that day. Abaye Omar says, Abaye Trey Charuv. It's going to be destroyed for 2,000 years. That there will be 2 years like this, and then the third year it's going to be awesome. Tani Kavasut of Katina, within a brayso like of Katina, just like Shemitah, there's 1 year of Shemitah for every 7 years. Also, the world, 7,000 years, 1,000 of them is going to be destroyed, desolate. Shneimah as opposed to says, "V'niskav Hashem levadei b'yemu," that the Rabbanu Shalom will be alone at that time. And the post says, "Mizmor shir liyom haShabbos liyom shekulei Shabbos," the day that is all restful, and that will be that 7,000th year, that 7,000th. And the post says, "Ki elef shanim be'einecha ki yoim esmol ki yaver." That 1,000 years is like yesterday, it's like 1 day. So we see that key when it says Yichayenu mi yomoyim, those 2 days is talking about 2,000. Where Niska Hashem levada by Yorimahu, it's talking about that 1,000-year period. Excuse me, 1 second. Alright, where are we? Tanit Velio, Sheshes alofim shona ave alma, the world is 6,000 years. Shnei alofim toyu. First 2,000 years is toyu. Shnei alofim is like craziness. Alofim, Shnei alofim teire. Then 2,000 years of teire. Shnei alofim yomos Mashiach. And then the next 2,000 years are the days of the Messiah. But in our sins that we have lots of them, whatever has happened, and Mashiach has not yet come. Eliyahu said to Rav Yehuda Achuda Rav Salach Sida, that the world is no less than 85 yovels. Okay, and Rashi does the math for us. Right, because 85 times 50 apparently is 4,000 Mosayim 250 years. So 4,250 years. So the world is no less than 4,250 years. Vayovel Achrin, and the final one, Ben David Mashiach comes. Omar Lei B'tchilaso B'sofo. So Rav Yehuda Achuda, Rav Salach Sida says to Eliyahu Navi, is it the beginning of the last Yovel or the end of the last Yovel? Amar Le'ni Yodea, he says, Ich weiß nicht. Kala Oenu Kala, is the last Yovel going to end first or not? I think it's basically the same question at the beginning or the end of it. Amar Le'ni Yodea, Eliyahu says, Ich weiß nicht. Rav Ashi says, this is what he said, that until this point, that up until 4,250 years, do not expect Mashiach to come. But from that point onward, do wait, do expect for Mashiach to come. Shalach le Rav Onan, Shalach le Rav Chonon, Batachlif le Rav Yosef. His Rav sends Rav Chonon Batachlif le Rav Yosef. I found a fellow, Megillah Achas, and he had a scroll. Oh, Megillah, a Megillah, like Megillah Esther. It's Purim. Achas ksuva Ashuris v'loshen kodesh. It was written in Ashuris and Loshen kodesh. Amarti loy, I said to him, Minayin licha. So I said to him, Minayin loch. No, where is this from? Omerlis, he says to me, L'chayolos sharom iniskarti. Well, I was an assistant to a soldier in the Roman army. And I found it among the stuff in Rome. Because Rome, of course, destroyed the Beis Hamikdash and pillaged. And it said, Ba la'achar dalet alofim umasayim v'tishim ve'echad shana, after 4,291 years of Yosef Shel Elim, since the creation of the Welt, Elim yitom, the world will end. Mein Melchamos Taninim, mein Melchamos Gog and Magog. There will be wars of Taninim and wars of Gog and Magog. V'shayim Mos Mashiach and then Mos Mashiach. Okay. And the Rebbeinu Shalom will only renew the world then at the end of 7,000 years. Alofim Shana. The Rava Omer Lacha Chameshes Alofim Shana Itmar. Whereas the Rava says it's not 4,291, it's 5,000 years. Tanya Reb Nosson, Omer Reb Nosson says, because then noikiv yored at home. This I'm going to read, I think, in the art school. Okay, so turn page. All right, Tanya, it was learned in a brisa. Okay, so the following brisa underscores the futility of attempting to predict the date of the redemption. Tanya was taught in a brisa. Reb Nosson says, Reb Nosson, because noikiv yored at home. This verse pierces and plummets to the depths. For there is another vision of the appointed time. It shall speak of the end, and it shall not lie. If it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not delay. This verse implies that the date of the redemption is concealed from us. Thus it is contrary to our sages who expounded the verse until a time and times and half a time to determine the date of the redemption. So they're trying to determine the date of the redemption. Also contrary to Reb Simlai, who expanded the verse, you fed them bread of tears, you made them drink tears of a third, to determine the date of the redemption. As contrary to Rabbi Kiva, who expounded the verse, there shall be another one, it shall be slight, and then I will shake the heavens and the earth to determine the date of the redemption. Right? So all these people are trying to determine the date of the redemption, but that pasuk was saying that we don't know the date of the redemption. Ella, rather, that pasuk of Or Achas Mati Vani Marish Shemaim Vesarz is Malchus Rishon Shivim Shana. It's saying that in the second temple, even though the second temple stood for, I believe, 420 years, we were only autonomous for 70 years. Malchus for 7 years, Malchus Shnia Chamishim V'Shtayim, and then 52 years. Malchus Ben Kuziva Shtei Shana V'Mechza and Bar Kochva was for them for 2.5 years. Out of the ganze, right? That was the ganze Zach, 124.5 years or whatever, if I did the math right, possibly. That the people who try to figure out these calculations of when Mashiach is going to come, forget about them. Because they would say that whenever if they would calculate when Mashiach is going to come, but Mashiach doesn't come by that time, they're going to say, well, then he's not going to come. Rather wait for the Messiah. Shenemar, as the Pasuk says, if he takes his time, wait for him. And maybe we're going to say, wait, but why are we waiting for Mashiach? And God, doesn't care. He's just taking his time. He's not waiting for anything. That no, it says that God does have mercy on you. God does want to have mercy on you. Okay, so if we're saying that we're waiting for Mashiach and God also is waiting for Mashiach, so then what are we waiting for? Bring Mashiach already. Midas Hadin ma'akeves. Well, the Midas Hadin, the judgment stuff above, is holding back Mashiach. Well, if Midas Hadin is holding back Mashiach, so anu lama mechakens. What are we waiting for? The midas hadin is preventing it from coming. So what are we waiting for? The kabul sachar, to receive reward. Shenemer ashrei kol choy chilo. Fortunate is anybody praiseworthy is anybody who waits for the Mashiach. Amar Abai says, Abai, Lo yipochis alma mitlosim v'shisa tzadikei de mekable apeshinim b'chodor. There are at least 36 tzadikim. There are lamed vav tzadikim in every generation. Shneimar Zebazah says, Ashrei kol cholchei loy. Loy b'gematria tlosim v'shisa avad lo, 36. And gematria is 36. Ini, is that really true that there are 36 tzaddikim? V'amar Rava, dar dekame kuchabrichu, that the row that's before the Rebbeinu Shalom, I guess it was like a row of like tzaddikim. Kuchabrichu, tamnei srei alpha. There are 18,000 of them. Havoy. Shenemar Zebazah says, Sviv shmoina asar elef. 18,000. Lakash, it's no problem. Adam stakli b'spaklayo me'ira, adam stakli b'spaklayo she'ena me'ira. Well, the 18,000, they look through a screen that is opaque, but the 36 look through a screen that is clear. I mean, Afisha Kuliyai, but wait, are there really 36? 36 is a lot, actually, who could see with the clear screen. V'amar Chizkiya, Amar B'yirmiyah, Mishum B'shim ben Yechai, Ra'isi b'nei Aliyah ve'in mu'atin. I've seen the Bnei Aliyah, and they're great people, there are not many of them. Im Elefim, if there are 1,000 of them, Ani uvanai me'em, so me and my son, Rabbi Elazar Reb Shimon, are included in the 1,000. Im Me'em, if there's 100, Ani uvni me'em, also me and my son are included in them. Im Shnaim, if there are only 2, Ani uvni heim, it is me and my son, that would be the 2. So it could be that there's actually only 2 tzaddikim. So lokasha or the aile bebar or the aile peloi bar. So it depends if you can go in with the permission or not. Only 2 can go in without permission. The other 36 who could see with the clear screen, they have to add. The other 34, I guess, have to ask for permission. L'chaim. Well, I guess we'll stop it here. Good Purim.